So you found a vintage hat, but the snap is just busted. What do you do? Stay tuned. So welcome back. Like I was saying, you found a vintage hat. In this case, I did find a crazy Vans embroidered hat. It does have Vans in a Tim Burton like Nightmare Before Christmas craziness embroidery on here, and on the back it does say cool yet basic. I love that about Vans. This one was actually found at the swap meet, very low price, but the whole thing was completely yellowed out, snap busted, taped up. You could see somebody wore this into the ground, and I'm trying to bring it back to life. And remember, if you can, like, comment, and consider subscribing to the channel if you like the videos that are going on here. Also with that, if you've seen my thrifting videos and you want to know where some of the stuff goes, check the link down below on my Depop shop. Get shopping. In this case, like I was saying, it is a vintage Vans hat that I did find. Snap is just craziness here, just all gone. I do have a donor snap from an old hat, so I'll be showing you how I replace the snaps on hats. And this little note, this does not just pertain to the snapbacks. You can also use this on strapbacks, velcro backs, all around different situations, because it pretty much has to do with sewing and doing it by hand. Now if you have a sewing machine, it becomes a lot easier, but I do this by hand because this is what I got right now. And also, if you're wondering, yes, this is a 1992 Party Professionals Inc. head cap for the cone heads. So that's it. So what I need to do is remove the old snap, and in this case, I don't have my seam ripper. I have like a bootleg little one, and I don't want to use that one, so I'm going to use this instead of my little knife. You just got to get it under the stitching. Pretty much should break away. There we go. That's the first one out. And there's a second one. Pretty much clear space to work with. So I did prep a needle and thread, and I'm ready to go to work. So in this case, what I'm trying to do is actually line up where the old snap was to at least match up, because what I want to do is get it through the original holes if I can. This is where pliers do come in handy, because what you're trying to do is actually push it through the plastic. We got first penetration right there. Keep it very neat and easy. Or it doesn't have to be completely perfect, because most of the time you're going through material that it won't show up as much. Pretty good keeping the line straight. When I first did this, I realized that a lot of it was perspective. If you can do it and be okay with how it looks and just be a little bit sloppy, why not? Real reason I'm doing this is because of functionality. Just to where the hat is actually good enough for me. But out of doing this numerous times, that's where you get better at it. So in this case, we are done with this side, so I'm going to snip. I'm going to tie off. That's the thing, the snap is actually not vintage like the original one, but this is going to be a lot more heavy duty. It will do its work, do the job that you need it to do. Got some thread going on here. I don't know if I'm gonna fast forward this, but just to show you thread and needle. A lot of people never picked up a needle and thread, but it can be difficult. Like right there, I got it first try, but there are some devices like in here. I have one in here that is for threading a needle. All right. So as this is lined up, now I'm going to start. Look at that, right to the top. I am surprised that it went this smoothly. I'm going to cut off the loose threads. If you heard that expression before, then you know what I'm talking about. Boom, replacement ready to go. So there you go. I didn't get to show it really up close, but I showed the process, kind of like how I did it with those vintage tees that I saved, putting a neckline on, putting sleeves on, to show you that you can do a lot more physically, and you don't have to go to a tailor. You can do it yourself. You can learn another skill, and that's what I'm talking about here, learning skills that are going to help you. There's a lot more to be learned in history of this stuff, but it's also a lot to be learned in physicality with this stuff. Like I said, I love Vans. This is a definite throwback, and it is amazing. Saving this piece from oblivion, it's very sad, because a lot of these pieces that, you know, they may be hard hitting, they may be awesome, but once the snap's broken, a lot of people just don't give them attention. You know, you find a lot of hats out there that just don't get the love. Learn something that's going to help you in this business, or whatever you think this is, the thrifting, vintage. Learn something that's going to help, and in this case, you just saw it happen right in front of you. With that, I'm just gonna say what I always say: hit that sub button because more videos are coming. This was Mick from Fresh from the Flea.